curious, did you tell him that 0 was actually the limit instead of 7?
No, we did talk about this, right?
You were going to tell him 6 instead of 7.
Yeah, because the max is 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we said it was 6. We probably jinxed us now. So he'll probably get 2 tonight because he's behind. So he has to play catch up. No, I think he's in a good place. I know I've said this before. I think the injury, I've said, he was in a good place when the injury took place. He wasn't, moping or, down. He did his work, he healed, and he came back for us. And he's been in that place, ever since that injury. And so, we need to keep him in that place. I think he stopped singing the song. Or maybe he's still singing the song. We have to ask him.
Assuming I didn't just jinx it, what have you seen from him just in how he kind of internalizes that emotion or how he keeps things in check when things aren't necessarily going his way?
Yeah, I think that's just growth, maturity. 23 years old. I think just understanding the situation, the stage, trying to help his team win. And he knows that, maybe getting a T doesn't help the team. And so I think there's a lot of things I think that are going on. But I think he's just maturing and understanding the situation. And maybe because we're playing him, so many minutes, he's too tired to argue.
Coach, I'm hearing all the time of each game is its own game, like it's a different entity, but you got to want some carryover from game 1 to game 2. And obviously, I know you guys lost game 1, but what are things that you saw in game 1 you want to see carry over into game 2?
Yeah, I think the fight, in that fourth quarter, they had the game under control. We kept playing, and we would like to start the fourth quarter as the first quarter tonight. We don't want to wait. We can't wait. We're not a team that plays that way. But it's also a learning experience for us too to go through that first quarter. But it shows the character of our group. We didn't stop playing. We played to the end, and we talked about it. And now we're here for game 2, and hopefully we can get off to a better start.
Playoffs always get gritty and more physical as they go along, it seems like. Is this one following that trend and about where you figured it would be, or is this getting around the league and in all series, maybe not beyond, but more physical than needed?
Well, I think the physicality is fine as long as it's consistent. I think when you look at the other series, there's a lot of physical contact. Basketball can be a physical game, and it's okay. But if it's going to be called that way, then I think both teams are fine. But if it's going to be a tic-tac, I don't think you guys want to be here for 3 hours watching free throws. So we just, understand that this is just the playoffs. It's about the players. It's about being physical. It's about making plays and putting your team in a position to win. And that's just the way, playoffs have always been. But it is physical, and that's fine. That's cool.
Jason, on that note, it seemed like Phoenix was a little more chippy early in game 1. Do you want your team to play with that level of edge, or is that just not who your team is as far as the character?
Yeah, Vince, that's a great question. They've been here before, and we were the team that hasn't been here before, and it looked like that in the first, 6 minutes or so. But now we belong here, and that's what we've talked about. We're playing against the best team in the league. You have to execute, you got to take care of the ball. But you have to have some swag. Our bench has always had that swag, and they were good in game 1. Now we got to get the guys who are playing to participate. And we believe in game 2 that we're going to show we don't have to be chippy, but we just have to be ourselves. And I think in that first 6 minutes, we're out of character.
Historically, teams that fall behind 2-0 only come back to win 7% of the time. You guys avoided that the last series. From that standpoint, are you preaching any, extra urgency today?
No, this is for us is to apply pressure to them. There's no pressure on us. We're on the road, And so we're trying to figure out how to get a split, and we got to figure that out tonight. But it's about us being a character, us having fun, and executing the game plan. And that's all we're preaching. There is no added pressure for us, but we want to, find a way to win on the road. And it's hard to win on the road, regular season or playoffs.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.